On 4th of December 2023, the UK immigration team, that is the UK Home Office, put together a list of rules that are going to come into effect in April 2024 and March 2024. Now, if you are a healthcare professional, there are high chances that you are going to be affected by it. And in today's video, I am going to be answering all of your questions about how you are going to be affected by it and will this impact your opportunity to get a visa and come to the UK to practice as a healthcare professional. So if any of this interests you, do not forget to watch this video all the way to the end. But my name is Nikita and I make videos about getting your HCPC registration, landing jobs in the UK and working here and creating a life for yourself as a healthcare professional. So if that is something you're interested in, do not forget to subscribe to my channel, but also drop me a follow on Instagram. My handle is Physiotherapy in UK. So let's get right into the details of today's video. So the first thing for you to remember, and as you can see on your screen right there, is that from the 11th of March 2024, care workers, that is their code of 6145, and senior care workers, that is 6146, will be unable to bring their dependents when they migrate to the UK, and only CQC registered providers in England will be able to sponsor health and care visa applicants. Now, this was one of the biggest changes, but again, like I've said, be mindful that only care workers and senior care workers will not be able to get their dependents along with them on the health and care worker visa. So if you are applying on the health and care worker visa, but you are a doctor, a physiotherapist, a speech and language therapist, an audiologist, lab technician, or any other profession, you do not need to worry because your codes are different. And as you can see right there, it is only code 6145 and 6146 who are unable to get their dependents along with them on this particular visa category right now. So that was the first biggest update from the health and care worker visa. The second update, as you can see right there, is that from April 2024, applications to the health and care visa route that are not on a pay scale will need to meet the general salary threshold of £29,000. Now again, this rule does not apply to a lot of us because most of us will be coming under the pay scale bands within the NHS. Now just to remind you, these are not bands of IELTS, they are grades of working within the NHS. So for example, once you've landed your HCPC registration, you can apply for band 5 level roles. Once you progress a little, make your career a bit better, learn a few essential skills, you can progress to band 6. And band 7 roles are once you've acquired a few managerial skills, sometimes you're required to assist a team, that's when you move on to band 7 level roles. And of course, there's band 8 and band 8A, B, C or band 9. Now, what this is really saying is that if you are on the national pay scale, this does not apply to you. So don't stress too much about this rule at this stage. The next rule, as you can see right there, says that the general salary thresholds for those on the national pay scales will increase from £20,960 to £23,200, or the national pay scales for the role, whichever is higher. Now again, if I am being honest, this shouldn't scare a lot of you again, because if you are coming in on the health and care worker visa, you will be starting at band 5 level, and right now the current salary thresholds for this level are £28,407. So that just means that even when you're coming as a band 5, that is the minimum salary, that is £28,000 that you will be offered. So please do not stress, because obviously the level for this particular rule for the health and care worker visa is £23,000, but as you can see, you're nearly making £5,000 more than it. So do not be stressed. Now again, for many of you all who have this question about, Nikita, does this rule apply to all healthcare professionals? The answer is yes. If you are being offered a band 5 position in any healthcare professional role and you are following the pay scales that are recommended by the national pay scales as a healthcare professional, then this is the rule that applies to you. So you will be offered £28,000 as your starting salary, which is significantly higher than the £23,000, which is what this rule is speaking about. The next rule, as you can see right there, says that from April 2024, the immigration salary list will replace the shortage occupation list in UK. The occupations on the ISL can be recruited to a salary below the general salary threshold. These occupations will need to meet a threshold of either £23,200 or their occupation specific threshold, whichever is higher. Now, obviously, this rule just means that all of our professions that were healthcare professionals on the shortage occupation list are not going to be present on the shortage occupation list anymore. And the only occupation that is going to be present on the shortage occupation list is that of lab technicians, which essentially is radiologists from all over the world. So if you are a radiologist, you just need to meet the salary threshold of £23,000. But like I've explained before, if you are getting hired at a band 5 salary level, this does not concern you again, because you will automatically meet the minimum salary requirements that you need for this role. Now, if you are concerned about what it means for your occupation to be dropped off the shortage occupation list, or if you are concerned about whether that reduces your chances of landing a job in the UK, do let me know in the comment section below so that I can make a video about it as a follow-up video to this one. Now, the next rule, as you can see right there, is all health and care worker visa holders will continue to be exempt from paying the immigration health surcharge. And I personally think this is really helpful for many health and care worker professionals, simply because the immigration health surcharge is meant to go up by nearly 66%. And that just means that for a year, you're going to have to pay slightly over £1,000 as your immigration health surcharge. So if you were issued a visa for 3 years, you would have to pay nearly £3,000 in addition to your visa cost. And if you have a family, let's just not go into how expensive that's going to be for you in order to support yourself and your family just in terms of getting your visa. But that being said, just because this rule is in place, we obviously continue to not pay the IHS fees and can still continue to access the National Health Service, which is the NHS. So in case you and I fall ill, we can still go to our GP and reach out to the nearest A&E as a part of our visa category. Next rule, which I again think is not going to impact many of y'all, is that from April 4th, 2024, overseas workers requiring a general skilled visa, that is, for example, if you are a data analyst, IT and finance professional who are sponsored by an NHS organization, then you would need to meet a salary threshold of £38,700. And this is not going to be increased in stages. So from the 4th of April, you will have to meet that minimum salary threshold in order to be eligible for your skilled worker visa. And these professionals will not be involved or will not be included under the health and care visa. They will simply have to apply under the skilled worker visa. I think the biggest change, and I think this is something that will impact everybody, and especially those who are already in the UK, because we did not have clarity about this, is that those already on the skilled worker route before the immigration rules changed should be exempt from new salary thresholds when they change their sponsor, extend or settle in the UK, providing that they are not moving to different occupations, but their pay should progress in line with the resident workers. So that just means that, for example, if I am a physiotherapist and I'm changing my employer tomorrow, the current rules that are applicable to me will continue to be applicable to me when I make a new visa application. I think this is a brilliant rule, and I think this is the clarity that all of us require, especially those who are already in the UK, who are maybe say working over here for 1 year or 2 years or nearly 4 years, but need to either renew our visa, extend our visa, or maybe change employers. So I hope that this has made it really clear that guys who are already in the UK do not need to be stressed, and this rule will be applicable not only to you but also to your dependents. So that was a quick whistle stop tour to all of the changes that are going to be put into place in the next few months or the next few days, and how is it going to impact healthcare professionals who are planning to move to the UK either in 2024 or 2025. Now, like I've said before, if you have any concerns or if you have any questions about how this impacts your chances of landing a job and moving to the UK, please do let me know in the comment section below so that I can make a follow-up video for that as soon as possible. But that's it for today's video, guys. I do hope you found it useful. Take care. Bye.